Insta360 just pulled back the curtain on the Luna Ultra, and what they have revealed is genuinely one of the most ambitious pocket camera announcements in years. This is not a small, incremental update. This is Insta360 swinging for something that DJI has never attempted in this form factor, and the full spec sheet makes it very clear they came prepared. In this video, we are going through everything that has now been officially confirmed. The dual camera system, the Leica collaboration, the video specs, the audio ecosystem, and one feature that most coverage is not spending nearly enough time on. Stick around, because that last detail reframes the entire value of this camera. Both the Luna Pro and Luna Ultra share the same core starting point, a 1-inch sensor with a 20mm equivalent lens and an f1.8 aperture, paired with 10-bit color recording, a new iLog profile, and up to 14 stops of dynamic range. That foundation alone already positions this lineup ahead of something like the Pocket 4's f2 aperture, before you even get to the Ultra-specific upgrades. But Insta360 made a deliberate choice at launch. Put the Luna Ultra front and center, keep the Pro tucked away, and let the flagship do the talking first. You know what's interesting? That strategy tells you exactly how confident they are in what the Ultra is carrying. And they should be. Here is where the Luna Ultra genuinely separates itself. Alongside the main 1-inch wide camera sits a secondary telephoto lens, reportedly using a smaller 1/1.3-inch sensor. And together, they cover a 20 to 60mm equivalent zoom range, delivering roughly 3 times true optical zoom. But what Insta360 is calling dual lens synergy is the part worth paying attention to. Rather than treating the telephoto as a simple bolt-on, the camera actively blends data from both lenses as you move through the zoom range to keep image quality consistent throughout. And because Leica has tuned the color science across both cameras simultaneously, you are not getting that jarring color shift when you switch focal lengths mid-shoot. That level of consistency across a zoom system in a pocket camera is genuinely new territory, and it is the kind of detail that only reveals itself once you are actually editing the footage. On the video side, the Luna Ultra is confirmed for 4K at 240 frames per second, alongside Dolby Vision HDR, specs that would turn heads on a camera twice its size. Stabilization is handled by a 3-axis mechanical gimbal, working alongside AI processing and Deep Track 3.0 subject tracking, so you are not relying purely on software to smooth things out in the real world. The 2-inch OLED touchscreen is rated at around 1000 nits of brightness, which should actually hold up outdoors rather than washing out the moment you step into sunlight. Battery is a 1500 mAh cell with a claimed 150 to 180 minutes of runtime, and the whole body comes in under 150 grams. Trust me on this one. For a camera with this spec list, that weight figure is quietly one of the most impressive numbers on the sheet. And then there is the rumored twist-style modular system that Insta360 has still not fully detailed yet, but the indications are strong enough that it is worth watching closely as we approach the full launch. Here's what most people are missing. The Mic Pro launching with the Luna lineup isn't just an accessory, it's part of a bigger ecosystem play. It uses a 3-capsule array with AI noise reduction, but the real standout is direct connect. No receiver, no setup. It pairs instantly with Luna cameras. The e-ink display is a nice touch for creators who care about on-camera detail. The bigger picture? Insta360 is building a tight camera and audio ecosystem, right when DJI is facing pressure in key markets. With both expected before June 2026, the timing is interesting. So, can Luna pull creators away from DJI, or is that ecosystem too strong? Drop your thoughts below.
Nobody expected Insta360 to make this move, at least not this fast. The company that basically owns the action camera space just got caught with something way bigger up its sleeve, a full mirrorless camera with an interchangeable lens system. We're talking about the Insta360 Z1, and leaked photos showing a real finished-looking unit have just hit the internet. This isn't a concept render or a wish list post. Someone is physically holding this thing with an actual MFT lens mounted on it. Today, we're breaking down everything we know, what the design is telling us, and why this camera might actually matter for the entire Micro Four Thirds ecosystem. Stick around because the details here are seriously worth your attention. So what do we actually know from these images? The leaked shots reveal a sleek, minimal body, white finish, clean lines, and a form factor that feels like a love letter to compact camera fans who've been ignored for years. Think of the old Panasonic GM1 but reimagined with 2026 energy. You can clearly see physical control dials on top, dedicated wheels for aperture and exposure compensation, which is a huge signal that Insta360 is going after real photographers, not just content creators who live inside touchscreen menus. There's also a hot shoe, dual microphones, and a front command dial visible in the shots. One thing notably absent, though, an electronic viewfinder. That's a deliberate trade-off to keep the body as compact as possible, and honestly, for the target audience here, it's probably the right call. Here's where things get really interesting. Under the hood, this camera is reportedly packing a 20-megapixel Micro Four Thirds sensor, and that is a massive leap for a company that spent its entire career squeezing performance out of tiny action camera chips. The Z1 uses an active MFT mount, which means on day one, you've got access to the entire Olympus and Panasonic lens ecosystem. Autofocus, aperture control, all of it. That's years of glass compatibility without building a single new lens. Trust me on this one. That move alone makes this camera a serious proposition for hybrid shooters looking to travel light without sacrificing their glass collection.
You know what's interesting? The leaked body shows integrated heat sinks built right into the chassis, and that's not an accident. Insta360 didn't add thermal management for fun. This strongly points to aggressive video specs, possibly 4K at 120 FPS or even 6K output, and they clearly want to avoid the overheating problems that have embarrassed other compact camera makers. Processing will likely be handled by an evolved version of their triple AI chip from the X5, and if they layer their legendary flow state stabilization on top of potential in-body image stabilization, you'd have a pocket-sized camera that shoots like a dedicated cinema rig. We're still waiting on official IBIS confirmation, but the hardware design is whispering very loudly. Here's the bigger picture worth talking about. Panasonic and OM System have both been chasing flagship territory, big bodies, pro features, pro prices, while the compact enthusiast segment has basically been abandoned. The Z1 walks directly into that empty space. It's stylish, it's small, and it brings Insta360's AI-powered software expertise to a proper sensor for the first time ever. New blood in the MFT market is exactly what this ecosystem needs to stay relevant, and the photography community is already buzzing. Some love the white aesthetic, some hate it, but everyone agrees that a fresh competitor is long overdue. The Insta360 Z1 is the most interesting MFT camera announcement in years, and it hasn't even been officially announced yet. If Insta360 can deliver on the video performance, nail the battery life, which is genuinely the hardest challenge here, and back it up with proper software support, this thing could shake the entry-level mirrorless market in a real way. A fall 2026 release feels likely based on how quickly things have moved from prototype leak to finished hardware shots. So here's my question for you. Does the lack of a viewfinder bother you, or is the compact size worth that trade-off? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe so you catch the full hands-on the moment we get one. See you in the next one.